So now let's connect DC voltage to our PCM system. So I am just connecting a DC signal from here. So this is a DC signal I am connecting here, and I am connecting it to both the channels. Now I can vary this DC voltage, so and I can set this A to D converters output. So let's set this A to D converter output for 1101. So let's move this. Let's change the potential difference potentiometer. So it is 11. Now need to 1101. So let's set it to the. So thus data is the 4 bits of our data are 11, 0 and 1. Right now I have not used any parity, even or odd or Hamming. So it is 0, 0. And data is same 11, 0 and 1. Now this is the error check and code logic switch. So now these 3 bits are basically the C3, C2 and C1, and they are basically the Hamming code bits. Now we all know that for a data 11, 0 and 1, based on these 3 groups, we have derived parity bit C3 as 0, C2 as 1 and C1 as 1. So finally the coded data is 11, 0, 1, C3 is 0, C2 is 1 and C1 is 0. So let's put this into the Hamming code. So I am just putting this into Hamming code, that means 1, 1. So put it to 1, put it to 1. So you can see that now the data becomes 11, 0 and 1. C3 is 0, we had seen there. C2 is 1, we had seen there, and C1 is 0. Now this data is latched into this register, and from here it is going from parallelly to serial. Now at receiver it is coming as a serial data which is entered into shift register, serial in and a parallel out. Now again we know that our receiver should, or demodulation circuit should also have the same code which we have used at the transmitter. So there we have used as a Hamming. So let's put this also at Hamming. So I am just putting it to a Hamming. So we can see that we are receiving the data. We are receiving the data at D2A converter, the same 11, 0 and the 1. So this is how we are getting the data at the receiver, and the same data we are getting at here 11, 0, 1, then 0, 1 and 0. So this was the data which we transmitted from the transmitter. These 3 as a Hamming bit. So same, these 3 as a Hamming bits and these 4 are the data, and from here we have derived the data which is as 11, 0 and 1. Here the data which is came from serially in and parallelly out, it is the same, that these 4 bits are data 11, 0 and 1. These 3 bits are Hamming bits, C3, C2 and C1. So C3 is 0, C2 is 1 and C1 is 0. Now let us set this data for 0, 111. So I am just changing the potentiometer, and I will set it for 0, 111. So let's do that. Let's try it. So 0, 111. So it is 0, 111. So my data is now 0, 111. These 3 bits I have parity bits. You can see this is my error checking and code logic circuit. It is having 0, 111. Right now I have switched off my Hamming code, so these 3 bits are inactive. Now we can see that for data 0, 111, after doing this group exercise, we came to conclusion that all the 3 Hamming bits will be of 0. So this C3 is also 0, C2 is also 0 and C1 is also 0. So this is we concluded. So now let's put this into the Hamming code. So put it to 1 and 1. You can see that the data is 0, 111 and all Hamming bits are 0. Similarly, what we are receiving at the receiver here, 0 111 data and all 3 Hamming bits are basically 0. The same is been latched into the D2A converter. So data is finally 0, 111 and 000. Now let's do one thing. Now forcefully we will switch on this fault number 2, which intentionally does D7, set D7 bit as a high bit. Right now this D7 is 0. This D7 is 0. But now put this fault number 2 in on condition so that this D7 bit will be permanently high. So I am just doing it. So this D7 bit at the time of transmission, at here you can see that data was 0, 111 and 000. But finally at the time of transmission we did this D7 bit high, permanently high. Now you can see that at receiver, instead of receiving data 0, 111, 000, we received this D7 bit high. When this data is been tested for different groups, we came to know from here that all G1, G2 and G3 got failed. This D7 was common, so it concluded that this D7 bit is wrong, and that is which is coming 1. So you can see that it is showing the position of the error, that it is at the D7th position, that it has become high. Internally it has been converted to 0. So finally I am getting the same data which we have transmitted, 0, 111 data. So you can see that the transmitter is 0 and 111. The same data we are getting at 0, 111, but it is showing that at bit number D7 there was an error, that bit was high, and it is automatically corrected from 1 to 0. So this is how a Hamming code, which is a wonderful code, works like this, which is used for error checking also and error correcting also. So it checks the error, it tells you at what position the error is, and it also corrects the error. This is how the Hamming code works.